Hello, my friends. I am so excited and thrilled to talk to you today because I have a 30 days challenge for you to do this exercise to feel good and stay there. Feel good and stay there. It's not so hard to do. You will have a little bit of work with it, but it's going to be worth it. I promise you. So stay tuned. Hi. This video about this very topic was in my vortex for quite a while now. I guess the time has come for this to manifest, for you to benefit from what I'm experiencing and what I'm benefiting. Okay, so I challenge you for the next 30 days to meditate and do segment intending as often as you can. It's not so hard to do, especially if you're at home like me. The activities are not so many, so it's going to be super easy to do or to try out if you haven't tried it out. And I'm curious what you can accomplish by doing this day by day for 30 days. It's going to be awesome. I'm already excited and thrilled for you. And I know for sure that it will help you by using these two processes given to us by Abraham. If you have been listening to Abraham, you will recognize both of them because there are two processes that they recommend all the time. The first is meditation, which I'm sure that a lot of you have been doing regularly and which is really helpful. And the second one is segment intending, which is write a positive aspect of the next segment, because it's a lot more powerful than when you just think about it in your mind. Because a lot of people, I don't write it down, but I do think about it. I do think about positive things about the next segment, but no, it's not the same. Try to write it down. I promise you it's going to be much more powerful. I like to think about meditation as a way of releasing resistance with no thoughts, because during meditation you release thoughts. And segment intending would be releasing resistance using thoughts, using your focus to find the best feeling place about your next segment. Let's start with the first one, the meditation. I'm not going to talk about meditation very much because each and one of you have to experience the way of meditating that you resonate the most, meaning using music, using sounds, using guided meditations. I like to use sounds because actually, as I meditate in the morning, here where I live is quite noisy in the morning, a lot of cars and a lot of noise, and it's quite disturbing. So by using this noise that I can focus upon, it's really helpful and easy to meditate. Okay, so I wake up in the morning. And before doing anything really, I have the phone near my bed and I search on YouTube for this sound that I like, which is the plane cabin. I simply love it. And sometimes I am tempted to check out my Facebook or my emails or just see how my videos are doing on YouTube. But I try not to do that before I meditate. Okay, so I'm done with the meditation, and then after feeling better after meditating, I can continue, and I am continuing with segment intending or segment adjusting, like I like to call it, because what you are basically doing is adjusting your vibration before each segment. And I find this so much easier to do now more than ever because our activities are so much less these days. If you're like me, you're probably staying at home. You don't have to drive, you don't have to take the kids to school, even if you are working, but you have to do much less. So it's a great opportunity to take a notebook, something like this. This is mine. Before every segment of your day, and there will be a lot of segments that repeat themselves. So usually I do that early in the morning when I first encounter this segment, and then I don't do it again. For instance, when I eat, or I take breakfast and then I take lunch and then I take dinner. So it's something that I'm not doing all the time. Before every segment, I used to do it in the morning, and I used to think about the positive aspects of the next segment. Now, what I want to say about segment adjusting is that I used to feel so much resistance about it. Honestly, just the thought that, before every segment, just stop and wait a minute, I want to take my notebook and segment and intend about it. And just the thought of it was quite uncomfortable. And I postponed using this process for so many months, even though I thought it was a good idea. And as an information, I did know that it's a good idea, but somehow it just felt hard. What I knew about segment intending, or what I was thinking about segment intending, better said, is that I was thinking that I am supposed to set forth my intentions of the new segment and kind of think about what I want to happen. Like, for instance, if I'm going into the traffic, or I'm going to take the kids to school, or I want something to happen, then I would think of it like, okay, this is my intention, this is what I want. And the thing was that I was waiting for a manifestation, really. And a lot of times it was not happening because for a lot of reasons. But that was not the idea of the segment intending. And I only understood this when, in one of the recent videos or conversations, Abraham said that segment intending is about adjusting your vibration, and even mentioned that Esther used to feel this way about segment intending, like you think that you set forth your intention and then the world would change because this is your desire and everything changes accordingly, which is not exactly what you're trying to do. What you're trying to do with segment intending is you adjust your vibration so that you can attract only that matches the vibration that you set forth. It's like a magic bubble, like Abraham said. You take on the magic bubble and you go out into the world, and then only those things will come to you that match your vibration. So you have to prepare, you have to adjust yourself for the next segment. That's when it clicked for me. I was, this is it. This is the piece that I was so resistant about. I felt so much resistance about. And that's when I felt like, oh, I really had an aha moment, because I thought I'm supposed to put out this desire, and then I'm supposed to manifest it, and if it doesn't happen, I must have done something wrong, or I just screw it. Which was a funny idea. Anyway, so the right way you do it is let's take the next segment for instance. You go to have breakfast with your family. This is your next segment. And you take your notebook and you start writing down what is it that you love about that activity, because you've had it before. You kind of know what's gonna happen. You kind of know what you expect. Okay, you think about this activity and you take the positive aspects, or simply what I do and it works the best. Write what you love about it. I love this, I love that. I love when my children laugh. I love when the meal is delicious. There is so many things that you can love about a breakfast, really. Or you love the coffee, or you love to drink milk, or orange juice. Anything that makes you feel satisfied. And so you write down what is it that you love about the next segment. And as you write those down, you will notice how you feel better about it. So just without wishing anything else to happen, just appreciate the segment that is coming. And that's enough. That's all you need to do. It's really simple, actually. Now, that's why I mentioned that it's a good idea for you to do it these days when the activities are so much less, because obviously there will be a lot of segments in your day, and sometimes you just don't have the time to take out the notebook and write them down. But it's okay, the more you do it, the more you will realize the benefit of it. I mean, I started doing this a couple of months ago, and as soon as the next day, I already felt that I feel so much better. Basically because the segments were repeating themselves. And as I've already had a positive momentum started about the topics, the next day was easier and easier and easier, and the momentum grew and grew and grew. And there were only a few segments that I was not repeating day by day, and those were easier to cope with as well. Okay, so I just can't tell you how positive and how great I used to feel after segment intending, because I felt like, okay, you are meditating, and I have been meditating for years and doing nothing else really, and that is helpful as well. But when it comes to your thoughts, to your everyday thoughts about your life, about your routine, it's so much satisfying to have them in a better place and to feel better day by day, because you are doing something to adjust your vibration. And slowly, I'm not saying that in a few days, but I can tell you that after a week of doing this, you will start seeing the positive results of this. And not just by the way you feel, but you will also be able to attract things that you have desired. Maybe small things in the beginning, or small desires will manifest in your life, And then as the momentum grows, and as you feel better and better, you will be able to manifest even greater things. And I am so thrilled about this. I can't tell you enough that the best way to raise your vibration and feel good and sustain it and keep it is in the morning. So you meditate and then segment intending or segment adjusting. Actually, I've been thinking that it would be such a brilliant idea if you could start doing segment intending for the next 30 days, like a kind of a challenge. Okay, I challenge you to do segment intending for 30 days. You know, you could start doing only a few segments if it feels hard for you to do all the segments, or all the segments that you kind of feel resistant about. Because I am tempted not to segment intent when I feel good about the next segment. I go, oh, I feel good about it, so I don't have to write down what I love about it, because I love everything about it. But believe me, it does help, and the satisfaction is even bigger if you segment intent on the topics that you already feel good about. I think this is really, really wonderful to notice. And what I've discovered, and it really surprised me, I want the same satisfaction for you. You know, this is something that is working. I really want you to try this. It's really working. Basically, this is all I wanted to share with you in this video. I want you to write me in your comments whatever experiences you have had with this. Tell me how it helped you, or tell me what is it that you find hard to do. It was a pleasure to talk to you, as always. And goodbye until next time.